Good morning, students. In this audio, I am going to summarize the chapter Blue Beach. This is chapter 8 in ICSE. This chapter starts with the description of a crocodile and a river. The crocodile is described as a ferocious creature which survived himself from different kinds of prey to birds and carnivorous fishes until he grew into a full-grown adult. Actually, it is a fearless beast whose armored skin was strong enough to stop rifle bullet even. The ferocity of the crocodile is also reflected in the list of his food items. Since he got birth in that shoal, he had been surviving himself with different kinds of animals or prey, whatever he gets over there. It may be fish, monkeys, ducks, deer, and progress to encompass a parasite-infested pie dog, sometimes a skeleton of a cow, before finally being topped off with the half-burned body of an Indian that usually found in that burning ghat. After the description of crocodile, who had been described with such qualities with such adjectives like juggernaut, he is very ferocious, formidable. The main character of the story, that is Seibia, she is also described here. She has been introduced, a very thin, a carefree girl who is the same color as the ground and is dressed in a skin color skirt and sari, which is made of a torn rag. She is portrayed as an exotic beauty of a child woman, with her ebony hair and great eyes and her skin of oiled brown cream. The chapter Blue Beach actually is a story of a very heroic girl, a very heroic poor girl whose name is Seibia. She is 12 years old. Though she was a poor, to buy gems or even blown glass beads, she loved to admire the various types of beads, Kashmiri clothes, even the shining tin trays that was sold in a bazaar or market near the railhead of the village, where she used to go with her parents. All the females in her village had different necklaces made from colorful glass beads which grew in abundance in the jungle. She also wanted to make one for her mother. But Seibia's family needle was snapped in half, so she had to wait until they could afford a new needle again. One day, Seibia, her mother, and other women of the village were going into the jungle to collect paper grass to be sold in the market. All the women were wearing various colorful necklaces, whereas Seibia had none. On her way, she kept attracting of having her own colored beads to sew various necklaces, bracelets to decorate her thin oil brown figure. The river from where they were going is full of deadly crocodiles, so the women make loud noises while crossing the stream because the noises scare the crocodiles away. That was believed by those people. They steep the ghats or the bank of the river, collect the paper grass, and return back to the village. But Seibia lags behind intentionally to check the cave. Actually, she had kept her own handmade clay molded cups and saucer to dry over there. While wandering around, she sees that another woman has come to collect water in one of her pot. She identified her as a Gujar woman. While doing so, a crocodile rises suddenly out of the black water and grabs the woman's leg between his sharp, uneven teeth. The woman tries to grab onto a rock to save herself, but the crocodile is too ferocious for her. Sylvia throws her hay fork at the crocodile and it wedges right in its eye. Groaning in agony, the crocodile lets go of the woman. Sylvia heaves the woman back onto the bank, away from the stream. She stops the blood by putting sand on the wounds and binds a rag tightly over the wounded area. Then she helps her to the near Gujar encampment, from where the men carry her to hospital. Sylvia goes back into the jungle to get her grass, sickle and fork. The fork was lying near a rock, and while picking it up, she comes across a pretty blue bead. That was the same blue bead about which earlier the writer had described. It was lying near that crocodile. She plucks it out of water, and her joy knew no bound when she saw that it was already pierced, ready for use. A happy girl. She was returning home. On her way back, she comes across her mother, who is searching for her, very, very concerned for her, and somewhere very annoyed. She scolds her for being late, and she was afraid that something wrong might have happened to Sylvia. She was very, very annoyed. She wanted an answer immediately. But Sylvia was too careless about anything. Actually, she not even bothered that what she did. She actually did not realize that what heroic task she had performed over there. In answer, Sylvia narrates what actually happened and shows her mother the blue bead. And with that, it is a wrap in the story. She did not bother her bravery, her heroic action. She was only concerned and overwhelmed just because of that blue bead. This is a story of that heroic girl, Sylvia. Her heroic task or her attitude. Just in such a age, in such a 12 years age, she worked like a woman. She had all the responsibility. Thank you.